Okay, I've got a question. What do a high school choir, a fading pop star, and a beatbox version of Hark the Herald Angels Sing have in common?
Well, somehow, believe it or not, they are all key plot points in 2023's Hallmark movie In Merry Measure, and we have a lot to talk about, Josh.
We do, Jennifer, and we will unwrap it all for you on this episode of Do You Watch What I Watch?
Sit down and watch, then have a talk with Jennifer and Josh.
We are back with another in our 12 Pods of Christmas series and back with another friend of the pod.
That's right. I would like you all to welcome my dear friend and friend of Leslie Ann, and soon to be all of your friends as well. It's Mary. Hi, Mary.
Everybody.
Now, Josh, I'm surprised you haven't already met Mary because I joke that there's like 7 degrees of Mary. Everybody in Nashville knows Mary and she knows everyone. So, and then she talks to me like I know everyone, but I'm not as popular and cool as she is. She's like, "Oh, you know so and so, so and so." I'm like, "No. I stay in my house and watch Hallmark movies. I'm not out in the world as much as Mary is."
Well, that was going to be my first question for Mary. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with Hallmark. Are you a fan of these movies, Mary?
Yes, I am a fan of the holiday movies and all the things on Hallmark. My mother watches them year round, and I joke when I go to her house, it's like being in a movie theater with those 'cause they're just on all the time. We've got the ornaments, I've done the slippers, I got her the Hallmark watching shirt. So, and we've kind of briefly discussed I am also a Christmas baby, so I think I'll always have a little soft spot for Christmas movies because I think it's just in my DNA.
I love that. What are some of your favorites?
Okay, well, I am one of the what do you call them? The Heinies, like the Tyler. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I love to look at him, and so I had not watched anything in a long time. I mean, I always going to watch, a Gretchen Wieners movie, kind of thing. So I'm always going to watch one of Lacey's things, but Tyler really sucked me in, and so most recently I loved the Three Wise Men movies that they did, and there's going to be a third one, and so I'm in. I actually
Mhm.
liked the Chiefs movie
Yeah.
too. I know it was exhausting and Jennifer's not ready for a second one, or like it, but I am.
Well, we'll see.
It was a lot of build up. It was a lot of build up was my problem with it.
Yeah. And pro football's different. Like I'm a Southern SEC football fan, so I think I enjoyed
Right.
that aspect of it, even though I don't really follow pro football.
My big
Mhm.
thing
Yeah.
is I feel like they spent so much energy promoting that one at the expense of some movies that were really, really good that didn't get any kind of promotional help.
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Much like this year, all of the promotion is going to A Grand Ole Opry Christmas, which Mary, I don't know if I've told you,
here we go.
got to be an extra. I was on
I hadn't
set.
heard that. I mean, I've listened to
Yeah,
a lot of
I
the
know.
recent episodes, and I hadn't heard that, even though I might have made a
Well,
note about it. That might come up
yeah.
later in the in our
Oh,
review of
good.
the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Stay
Well,
tuned.
and as we're recording this, listeners, tomorrow, the day after recording, the Hallmark stars I'm following on Instagram, they're already landing at B&A Airport. They're going to be in town tomorrow at 2 different Hallmark stores. Did you get my text? I thought I texted you
You
this,
did.
or did I
You
just
sent it to
imagine
me. You
later? Yeah.
did send it to me, and I got, something else I
How
gotta
dare you
do.
work? Because I'm taking time off
No.
from work. I
Going to one of
said,
your
I'm
clients'
sorry.
houses.
PTO, podcast time off.
Work. Yeah, I asked my boss. I was like, "Hey, can I take next Wednesday off just to go meet Hallmark stars?" And his response via text was, "Sure."
Yeah, I don't even know if he can fight it. Like, at this
Not at
point,
this
Yeah,
point.
sure.
No.
you weren't gonna
Sure.
show
Yeah.
up, so, like, you almost just did him a courtesy by letting him know ahead of time, 'cause you weren't gonna be there.
Exactly.
You would have been
Yeah.
so distracted if
Very
you would have had
busy.
to go to work tomorrow, is what it is.
Well,
This
that's what I
is
told him.
like
I said I
Christmas
would have
Eve.
regretted not doing it since I could. I didn't have meetings already or obligations. So I was like, if I can, why wouldn't I? Because they do these events in Kansas City or New York or all these other places, Canada. It probably will never be in Nashville again unless we really impress everybody tomorrow, guys.
You will.
So
You will.
I'm,
It's Nashville.
we'll see. We'll see.
Stay
Anyways,
tuned.
I digress. Yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so should we talk about this movie?
I think we
The
should.
movie at
Give
hand?
us the
Okay.
Give us the high-level summary, Jennifer, and I'm taking us on the deep dive tonight.
All right. So the summary from IMDb: when pop star Darcy returns home to spend Christmas with her sister and niece, she unexpectedly finds herself coaching the high school choir with her one-time rival, Adam. Let's go.
Adam.
I couldn't even
Oh,
have told you
right.
that was his name.
I think it took a second where I was like, what is this guy's name?
What is his name?
Glasses. Just glasses.
Glasses?
That's all he is.
Just call him Glasses. All right, so this one starts, and we're in New York City, and we meet our female lead. This is Patty Murin as Darcy, and she is performing a one-woman Christmas show at a really lovely wine bar, which sounds like a lot of fun to me. The crowd wants her to play a song called Sugar Rush. There are references to candy-coated kisses and some really awkward clapping from the crowd. And what you need to know from the start is that Darcy, you kind of get the sense, right, that she was like a one-hit wonder and that Sugar Rush was her one hit. Is that what I'm getting here?
That's how I felt. It went
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, I think she was like Tiffany or one of those 80s pop stars that played in the malls and all that. And like they
Yes.
had
It was
their
the
one big
T-shirt that
hit.
somebody brought to sign.
Yeah.
That I thought. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah. She
"Oh,
was
okay,
big
this is
then,
okay."
and Sugar
Yeah.
Rush was her jam. Yeah.
Was her jam.
It made me think of
Yes.
Mandy Moore's Candy. It was in that same
Oh,
realm.
yes. Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly.
Vintage. Very vintage.
Anyway,
Sure.
she is clearly trying to move on from that era of her career, but the fans aren't necessarily having it. It turns out her agent dropped her, so maybe her career is stalling out a little bit. She calls her sister. Now, this is Jennifer Robertson as Gretchen. And yes, that's Jennifer Robertson as in Jocelyn from Schitt's Creek, which I was immediately invested when I saw her on the screen. Didn't expect to see her in a Hallmark movie, but surprise. So there you go.
Yeah, she was great. She's
She's
great. It
great.
took me a minute. I was like, why do I know her? Oh, is she? Okay. That's why.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
they love a Canadian actress, but yeah.
They
Our girl
absolutely do. Yeah. Something traumatic, however, happened with Gretchen earlier in the year. She looks sadly at a family photo, so here we go. Turns out Gretchen's daughter is trying out for a choir at school, and that, along with the promise of family fun, is enough to convince Darcy to head home for the holidays. So we hop a plane to Ohio, where we soon learn that Gretchen's husband died earlier in the year because, of course, we're on Hallmark, and as we like to say here, Mary, the deader, the better. So there you have it.
Would you
Anywho.
buy a T-shirt if we make merch that says "the deader, the better"?
Good question.
Yeah, I think I probably would, honestly, because I think
We're
it's
doing
kind of,
some research. Some
Audience
R&D.
research.
I
I'm
mean,
thinking
honestly,
if we
it's
do
kind
it
of
in like
vague-
a, if we
it's
do
a
it in a
vague
font.
statement. I think you could
Yeah.
make it apply to a lot of things. Like it would just be like a phrase,
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have like a
But the
quote
problem is
form.
if we put it on a coffee cup, then it's like, do people want to drink out of that coffee cup because what is in it? It just then it's like a murder mystery. I don't know.
I've seen some weird coffee cups though that people drink out of. So I bet you could start on
Stay tuned.
Etsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll
Thank
put
you.
this on the
Thank you.
screen. It says, your thoughts? Should we have merch that says
Yeah.
the deader, the better? Drop a comment and let us know.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Boy. Oh boy.
We're a high budget production here, Mary, just so you know.
Mhm.
I can tell.
Anyway, yeah. So Darcy brought bagels and a snow globe from New York City, and Gretchen made tuna nuna casserole for the family meal.
Ugh.
Meanwhile, Megan, Gretchen's daughter, is nervous for the audition. She doesn't eat the casserole, and she heads off to bed. Now, Darcy heads off to bed. She's in her jammies, and she gets another rejection from a record label. So yes, confirmed, her career is on the rocks. Now we're at a coffee shop, and we meet our male lead. This is Brendan Penny as Adam. He's hanging out with the football coach at the high school and is not necessarily excited when Darcy walks in to pick up coffee. We don't quite get our meet cute just yet, so stand by. And it's important to note, Brendan Penny is wearing glasses, and so we immediately get that he's a dweeb. Is that correct? Am I drawing the right conclusion here, you think, ladies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the music
You think he's a
teacher.
little lovable, nerdy guy. But like
Mhm.
we were talking about before we started recording, I mean, the fandom went wild when Brendan Penny showed up wearing glasses in this movie. I remember the comments and the gifs and the memes. It was a moment in Hallmark history.
A moment
Maybe
in
we should
Hallmark
write
history.
a Hallmark history book. Moments in Hallmark history. Brenda
That's
Penny
the
wearing
merch.
glasses would
Glasses
be one
should
of
be
them.
an ornament,
That's the merch.
probably. Like, put the
Oh,
glasses
they
as an
should.
There you go.
ornament.
A
Yeah,
keepsake
there you
ornament.
I'll
go.
run that up the flagpole when I'm sure I'm talking to Hallmark execs tomorrow. I'll be like, hey guys,
Yes.
I got a couple ideas for
You're
you.
gonna be at a Katie's Hallmark. You might actually you might get some traction.
You know, we have
Exactly.
often said that Hallmark misses some marketing opportunities. They could do a Brendan Penny glasses line. They could do a Lacey Chabert off the shoulder sweater line. There's just endless possibilities here.
She does have good shoulders.
She-
I do agree. I
The
do.
watchy for best shoulders on Hallmark goes to Lacey Chabert.
Hands down. Hands
And
down.
should I meet her tomorrow, I will tell her exactly that.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, they don't even
probably
look
be
airbrushed.
escorted
They look
out.
legit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Here
I will
comes your
have you know, I
restraining
went ahead.
order.
Yeah. I already watched Haul Out the Halloween or whatever it's called, the Halloween movie.
Mhm.
Her shoulders are on display. And I was getting texts. You're right, Lacey's off the shoulder sweater again. I was like, I know.
It's a great
She loves it.
feature. She really, I mean,
get
you
enough of
know,
it.
do it while you can, girl. Get
Listen,
it.
I have
maybe she has
all
that
respect.
written into her contract. You know, will show
Maybe so.
clavicle.
Yeah. Clavicle. Yeah. Clavicle closure. Yeah.
All right, so back to the movie here. Darcy goes off to her old high school. She's going to pick up her niece after the audition. Now, important to note, Darcy is going back to her old high school where her niece goes to school and where Adam teaches. He's the music teacher, so all of this is connected here. Megan is bummed because she got cut from the musical group. She is tearful. Her aunt is mad, and so she storms in to see Adam, who cut her niece, and their interaction is frosty at best. Megan is a little bummed later that night. Darcy has a heart-to-heart with her, which seems to help a little bit. And by the way, did y'all notice that Megan has a big Darcy poster on her wall in her bedroom? And I've got to wonder.
No.
Yeah,
I did not catch that.
I did. Yeah, it was just says Darcy, and it has this picture of her. I was like, oh, so that's
Very
a
Tiffany.
choice.
Yeah.
Very Tiffany. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I kind of
Tiffany.
thought
Well,
Debbie
did you all
Gibson, but
notice
they're
that
all in the
the
same vein there.
Yeah, like Debbie Gibson. The daughter was at least 23, right? Like there's no
Exactly.
way this girl should have played a high schooler. She
No.
was 18 feet tall and looked like she could maybe rent a car soon. Like it was just ridiculous. What are we doing? All the other kids looked younger, but she did not. Very much not.
I
to
wouldn't
me.
even give you that. I think the other high school kids looked like they were about to collect Social Security, some of them.
Really? Well, the beatboxer for
Then during
sure.
COVID, right? Like they were just like grasping for straws, maybe because it said it was maybe
No, this is
2021.
2023,
This
Mary.
is 23.
We were over it by
3
then.
years after it. Yeah.
21.
We were in a post-COVID world
Um,
by this point. Now, maybe they were haggard from the lockdown, and so they were aged.
It aged a lot of us.
They ripened quicker than
They
we
did.
expected on the bananas. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
was wild. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anywho, Darcy hatches an idea here. And before we know it, she's back at the high school and she announces that she's starting a rival caroling group to take on Adam's legacy at the high school. So Darcy's ragtag group swoops into the rehearsal space to find Adam's group basically sounding like pentatonics. I mean, I don't know where they found these high schoolers, but they are, again, 23-year-old recording artists in their own right. We get a montage of Darcy's group when they rehearse, who are all clearly 20-somethings, acting like high schoolers. They try Joy to the World, and it is a joy to the mess. I did not enjoy it.
No.
She and Adam chat a little bit about untapped potential. He's a stick in the mud, kind of a dweeb about everything, but admits he shouldn't have been so tough on the kids that he rejected. So maybe he's softening a little bit. Darcy tries to inspire her group at rehearsal the next day. She tries to tap into their fears and explains a self-fulfilling prophecy and gives them homework about dreaming what it would look like for them to win. Did you buy Darcy's motivational speech? Coming to you first, Jennifer.
No.
No.
Mary?
No, it was awkward.
It was awkward. I thought
Yeah.
so too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's very
exactly.
awkward.
Yeah.
It was a stretch.
It was a stretch. Darcy catches her niece singing in the shower, and she has quite a voice. And she asked her to channel that same kind of confidence at rehearsal the next day. She gets all motivational speaker on them, and suddenly her ragtag kids / young adults sing like pop stars. And to celebrate, she takes them to the pizza place in town where she challenges them to sing in public like a festive flash mob of sorts. This is a peppier version of Joy to the World, complete with clapping. And it goes off so well that now Megan has a suitor, and it's a guy who's actually in the high school group that she wanted to be a part of. So it's kind of like a Jets and the Sharks kind of situation unfolding here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
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 Crossing into new lines.
I
Yeah.
feel like they got better very quickly. Like there wasn't really a progression of I guess I thought we'd see more montages of them working through things and really refining their craft. But really, once the old daughter got over her stage fright and belted it out, we were all better automatically.
We were all better.
No more
I
problems.
kind of wanted this to feel a lot more like Sister Act 2, when Whoopi had the high schoolers. That's what I was hoping we would get, but we didn't get that, unfortunately.
No, we didn't. Mm-mm.
So the next morning, the captions tell me that Adam is rehearsing what's called a jaunty arrangement, and Darcy is there. The convo's a little friendlier this morning, and Adam is mad. Everything is just so darn easy for Darcy. He admits that he's jealous. She lets on that she hasn't had a record deal in years, however, but everyone is more interested in Sugar Rush than the newer stuff that she happens to be really proud of. He says he wants to hear her new stuff, so she saddles up to the piano and she sings a sad-ish song about searching for hope and love. He's impressed. Did you like this song from her?
Did not. I like her
I think it
voice
was
a lot.
terrible.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't think it was terrible. I've heard worse.
Especially in a Hallmark movie, I've heard worse too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's just, I don't know. It was a little cheesy for me, but her voice is beautiful. I love some Patty.
But you get what they were trying to do, right? They were trying to say she's an artist that's evolved, and so they needed to have something that was a little bit more dramatic for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next day, we get a big plot twist here. The kids have conspired and they want to join forces to create a show choir powerhouse. This was out of left field. Surprised me. Didn't see this coming. Darcy and Adam reluctantly agree to it, and practice is a success from go. It just seems to be clicking, seems to be working. Okay, here we go. Gretchen has been, meantime, decorating for Christmas big time, and the family hangs Craig's stocking too, her dead husband. Well, after the next practice, Adam invites Darcy to grab a beer at a British pub in town. They have a fireside chat outside. He unpacks his perfectionism, and they both say they don't not like each other. So we're kind of warming up here. They're at rehearsal the next day, and the kids have been working on a hot new arrangement when Darcy gets a call from the Big Apple. She's got a shot at a new record deal, so yay. But I think I can see where this oopsie doodle is going. Anywho, we get a show choir montage. Adam asks her out for a date, so here we go. Plot's really moving here. The sisters get ready for the date and have a fun chit-chat about boys. Now, this date I thought was pretty cute. I think, however, I have seen this restaurant before in a Hallmark movie. It looked really familiar to me. Yeah.
Probably so.
Yeah. Yeah. And the conversation seems pretty easy breezy between the two of them. He goes in when he drops her off for the kiss. Uh-oh. And she cuts him off. She says she's going back to New York City after the holidays and doesn't want to get too attached. Were you bummed for him when she pulled away from the kiss? Because I was.
I was. Yeah. Because
I didn't
she's
think they
going
were
back
really
to New York
built up
City.
that much chemistry by then. But yeah, I was bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have history. I felt like
They do. They
They
were in
have
middle school
history.
together. Okay.
I wanted them to have history,
oh,
That's the next thing.
copyright.
I just came up with that. Hey, Mark. Add it to the merch store.
Exactly. We've got history.
whole line of beauty products too, like moisturizing,
Exactly.
Yeah, the
lip
pucker,
tints,
lipstick.
Kistery.
Yeah.
I
Kistery
need to
by
get
Jennifer
I
and
gotta,
Josh.
I gotta take some notes from
Yeah.
my Hallmark exec meeting tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
what we're gonna call
TM
it
it all.
now.
You just gotta make sure you TM it all.
My meeting with the Gold Crown Hallmark Network tomorrow.
Let me pitch a
That
few
they know
things.
nothing about.
Deader the better. Kistery.
What do you think about this? And why
Need
so much
one
fake
more.
snow?
You need to
Please.
trifecta. One more. We'll figure it out, but before the episode's
I
over.
pull
We'll
out a
figure it out.
Absolutely.
PowerPoint and like project it on the wall of the mall. If only Patty Murin showed up singing at this mall tomorrow, singing Sugar Rush.
Sugar Rush.
That'd be amazing.
Maybe.
Instead, I'm gonna have like I have a feeling the line's gonna be so long. I'm gonna have to get like an Auntie Annie's pretzel and like a big gulp, and like I'll be covered in like cinnamon sugar. Be like, nice to meet you. I will have my own Sugar Rush going on, and they'll be like, "Oh, you
Who's
have a
this
podcast?
crazy girl?"
Cool."
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Congrats.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Oh,
boy.
jeez. I love it. Anyway, they make some gingerbread houses back at Gretchen's place. These are shockingly well constructed and decorated. I mean, I have never seen a homemade gingerbread house that looked as good as these did. It looked like a kit, like a kit that you put together. But these were really well done, I thought. Yeah. So back at choir practice, Adam wants a beatbox flair added to Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Okay. And back at home, Darcy gets a call from the record label and the CEO wants to sign her. But, of course, the CEO wants her to sing for him tomorrow when the big performance for the choir happens to be capital D dilemma and internal conflict. Here we go. Is this everything she thought she wanted, or should she stay with this newfound romance and the whole 9 yards? Were you buying the oopsie doodle here of it all, Jennifer?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it coming, and it is predictable, but I think it made sense. It doesn't make sense to sign deals on Christmas Eve or whatever, but if they are going to use that trope, it made sense in this movie because that means she can't be at the performance, and what's she going to do, and she's torn, and blah blah blah. I was fine with it. Mary?
I did see it coming, or there was going to be like an epic fail at the performance. So it was like I saw one of the two things coming. Like everything was going to be fine, but there'd be like a stage crash of something, or yes, like all of a sudden she gets her big break. Like it was going to be one of the two because something has to be thrown in there.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway,
Or one of
Gretchen.
the 30-year-old kids gets laryngitis or something. like,
Yeah, yeah.
they're
or
getting
there's-
steroid shots in the back trying to loosen up their vocals again.
Yeah,
Mhm,
or the daughter
mhm.
gets in like a weird ATV accident, even though we haven't even seen her in one, but all of a sudden she's like got a hobby that she does that. And then all of a sudden, yeah, like a sledding
What
accident. Yeah.
if she was on a date with the other guy and then the two leads went down and like Adam and Patty have to Adam and whatever her name was, Sugar Rush
I mean,
have
that
to
could have been
step
your
in?
sister act moment, though, like
Yeah,
bring
they
somebody's
swoop
sister
in.
act too. I should be more specific, but
Yeah. Joyful, joyful, Lord, we adore thee. Anyway, the night before, Gretchen hosts a big feast for the choir. Darcy can't take it anymore. In the middle of the meal, she stands up and she says, "Hey guys, I've got some news. Here's what's happening with me." She offers some inspiring words, but seems intent on going to New York to land her record deal. Adam is sad about it, but super supportive. He is here for her. Wants her to know that. So she flies off to New York. She's mid-introduction with this record label guy when she reaches into her bag and she finds a Coach Darcy t-shirt that Adam somehow snuck in there. And this is her big moment of decision. And I've got to wonder, is she not like rifling around her bag when she's on the plane, like trying to find a People magazine or something? Like, why is she finding that shirt at that particular moment? Anywho.
If she wasn't rifling around, TSA certainly should have. Like, what if he stuck a big thing of Aquanet in there or something, and then she gets flagged by TSA if anybody's
Exactly.
working, like it's a whole thing.
Or a bottle of water. I mean, you can't take that through
Yeah.
TSA anymore. Exactly.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, we're at the big show now. Adam is super kind with these kids. And what do you know? Darcy just happens to make it there just in time. She manages to sign the deal, gets to live in Dayton, and smooches Adam backstage as these kids get all pitch perfect with their show choir presentation and wind up winning. what looks like the smallest trophy you'd ever win in a choir competition. Literally, I think that trophy was like this big.
It's Dayton, Ohio,
It's a teeny
though.
tiny.
Well,
I
this
don't
is true.
know.
Yeah.
Exactly. What are you saying, Mary?
Small
We might
pond.
have listeners in Dayton.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not New York, and maybe, they're Midwest, so they're just, they're just practical. You just know
True.
they are.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
What did
They
you
don't need
guys
a lot
think
of
of the
hardware.
performance from these kids?
I mean, it wasn't a sister act, but it was good. And you're
Okay.
right. I mean, they're all probably working
No, it
professionals, so
wasn't.
I thought it was fun. No.
It was not good. Why are you
Yeah,
lying?
well,
This is not good.
I thought they might really be 16. I did
Uh.
not think they were that old, but everybody looks
No,
like
this
good.
was terrible. This arrangement was awful. In what world were they living? In what rhythm section? Where was the beat? Nobody found it. I couldn't find the beat. Listen, I don't sing. Well, I sing, but not well. Like, I sing for funsies in the shower. But
All
like,
right, Celine. Yeah.
I was in band a really long time, like all the cool kids. I might as well have worn glasses. Yeah, hi, Josh too. But like, I know rhythm at least. These kids did not. I don't care if you want to stomp like pentatonics all day long. The beat was just all over the place, wasn't it? It made my skin crawl. It made me viscerally ill.
Wow. That is the hottest
Wow.
of hot takes.
Do you not agree? Did you like it?
I was kind of in the middle with it. I thought it was like for a Hallmark
Yeah.
a cappella high school choir montage. I think that's probably about as good as we were going to get.
Yeah. I would agree. I would
thought the
I,
singing,
however-
I'm not
the
gonna listen to
singing
it
was
again.
good. The singing was good. It was like the all this stuff like didn't make sense, and then you go to the extras in the audience because I'm in tune with the extras. They're clapping to and singing to I don't know what. It
to
wasn't
their own
the
beat.
song.
To their own beat.
They
Yeah.
were the beat of their own drum times however many extras were in the audience. Nobody was together. Like, I could understand it more if it was like the stage people were together and then the audience people were synced up and it just wasn't quite aligned. Everybody was just like just start clapping right now. It doesn't matter. Just clap
Mhm.
to whatever beat you want, and that's what we
Just
got.
kind of move your hips in your
was-
chair. Yeah, very that.
Well, I think you're taking for granted that we live in Music City, and even the most like probably tone deaf, non-musical person probably has it better than most people in other cities just because we're always around it, you know? I
That
know.
makes sense.
You're very
yeah.
kind.
I don't know.
Very
Yeah,
kind.
well,
You're very
I'm just being
kind.
nice,
She's
I
very
guess. To these
holly
people
and
I
jolly.
don't know that I'll never see
Yeah.
again.
Mm.
Unless they're at the
Luckily,
mall
this
tomorrow,
episode
which is
comes out after my big meeting with Hallmark tomorrow.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah,
if my
people
meeting
delay
with
the
Hallmark goes
release
really
of
well
this.
tomorrow, we're canning this part of the podcast.
I love that this is like a Hallmark event at a Hallmark store and there will be hundreds and hundreds of people, but Jennifer is billing this as though she has a meeting with the executives from Hallmark to finally pitch these ideas that have been tumbling around that mind of
I
her
think
for the
it's her-
past
I
several
think
years.
it's her record label, like Darcy, like she's Darcy.
my
Like they
big
finally
shot.
called.
So next week, Mary, when we come on the air and we tell everyone that we are now the official podcast of the Hallmark Channel, you'll know what happened.
I
It's
will
all
be
Jennifer.
so honored to watch it rise like that. Like
From
this
its
was-
infancy.
And
yes.
you will know why your episode never aired because
Yeah.
we had to pull it because
like,
my
how did we
takes
get banned
were
before
too
we even
hot.
did anything?
Pull it. We got to pull it.
No.
Pull the
Scrap it.
episode.
The copyright infringements are just everywhere.
Scrap it. She was too mean about the performance. We got to scrap it.
It was
so
great.
this is my other take. If my meeting goes well tomorrow, I thought it was
Meeting.
great. Next.
But I got a couple notes.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap this one up. So this is finally,
All
it's
right, okay.
Christmas morning. We get matching pajamas and we get some new family photos. That saddish song that we heard Patty Murin singing a little bit earlier plays. And I don't know about you guys, but it always, again, sorry, Hallmark, it always irritates me when we get these like flashback montages from the past hour and a half of this movie. Anyway, that's what we get at the end of this. And this thing is over.
That was it.
That was it.
It's time for Gold or Cold.
Okay, it is time for our gold or coal segment. We are each going to bring 3 gifts to the podcast. If there's more gold this time, it's pitch perfect. If there's more coal, it's a bit flat. Mary, I'm coming to you first.
I would say I wrote down some notes so I could make sure I didn't mess up. My first one's going to be possibly, I'm going to start negative. It was a coal. I think Darcy's hair was terrible. And it looked like it was gray. And I don't think she's that old. And I didn't like, some of them just looked a little too young. I don't know. I was like, you could have done better. We could have done a little bit of something, especially if you're like a pop star, like you get it together, girl.
Yeah, it was curled well, but like it was really stringy curls. Like they
It was like,
weren't.
she made it it was so bleach blonde, but then it was dark. And sometimes in some of the lighting, it looked gray. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
But that could
Yeah.
be the
Okay.
video, the movie. But I'm like, you couldn't touch that up. That didn't come up like at
Yeah.
all.
Did you watch this in black and white mode again, Mary? We told you to watch it in color this time.
You know me. Sometimes I just like to take it back to the OG and just
You gotta
Keep it
you gotta
color
click it
from my
over
life.
to the full color. Yeah. Rookie mistake.
Happens
My
to
bad.
all of us.
I don't even have a smart TV. I actually recorded this weeks ago and just watched it on VHS. That's just how I did it.
Okay, Josh, what's your first gift?
So I will start with some coal as well. I liked her. I don't know that I bought her as a pop star. I liked him as a dorky teacher. I did not buy the chemistry between the two of them at the end of the day. It didn't really hit for me, their relationship. So some coal at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, and their past rivalry was quickly mended, wasn't it? Like
Very.
because they
It's
both
very
turned
easy
out
breezy.
hot. It was water under the bridge. If they'd been some uggos, we probably would have held on to that resentment a little bit longer. So I agree. I did like at the end during the performance though, when they were both like silly dancing over to the side. That just looked like an extra bonus scene that they left in there, and I thought that was funny. My first gift will be gold. I love Patty Murin. I want to see her in more movies. I think she can do the physical comedy bit and do the sincere thing, and she can sing. I enjoyed her. Now she will be in the Bill's Love Story. I don't know if we mentioned that. So
Yes.
she's not the main
Okay.
lead, but she's featured heavily in it. So I'm excited to see her again in another movie this year.
Great. Yeah, me too.
All right, Mary, back to you.
I actually had a coal for the dance moves that you just mentioned.
It's okay.
Like, where did this come from? All of a sudden, I was like, I mean, she was real quirky and funny in the whole thing. And like, she's always smiling and she's such a pretty smile. And then these like weird dance moves came out. Like she was this weird robot. And I was like, oh, I don't know. So I actually put Cole as like Darcy's dance moves. Like,
All right.
Well, Adams weren't great either. He was doing the worm, I think, with like a weird face. I think they were just so happy they were in love, They were
sure,
the
I
kids
do
were
the worm
doing
all the
good
time
on
when I'm happy.
stage.
You're
They were in
right.
love.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
My next one is going to be gold, and it's for the sister relationship between Gretchen and Darcy. I bought that relationship way more than I did between Darcy and Adam. I thought that it was great casting, and it seemed like a realistic sister relationship. Sometimes those B characters that are next to the main female are just kind of an accessory, like a pair of earrings that's just there. But I felt like this one actually helped move the plot forward. So I like the two of them. So gold.
There you go. I'm going to give some coal. The final scene being the slow motion reflective montage of her singing the sad song. I hate when they do this. And like we said, I didn't love the song to begin with. So to hear it again with like shots randomly of them earlier in the movie, I don't need it. It was like they ran out, like it was like the movie ran short and they had to fill time, is what it felt like to get the exact time for Hallmark. I didn't like it. Mary?
Agreed.
It will be gold. All things considered, I did have notes that I was like, it does I want it to be Sister Act. I wanted it to be Glee. And it wasn't any of those things, but it was kind of a fun plot. We don't see this plot, like this whole storyline a lot. There's usually singing and competitions and things, but it was kind of lighthearted in a good way, like, yeah, there was like a dead person, but like it wasn't like so dead, and I don't know, like the love interest. I mean, they did not go super deep, and they probably only known each other for like 4 minutes. But I don't know, it was kind of lighthearted and fun. So I did think it was a good. I watched it a couple of times, but I was like, oh well, yeah. The singing was nice. The acapella was nice.
Yeah, I'll give you that. My last gift is going to be gold. I thought that this one had some good Christmas feels. It kind of gave me the warm and fuzzies at the end of the day. I like the Christmas caroling, the songs for the most part, and I felt like it belonged in the Christmas season. Sometimes some of these movies can feel like they're just dumped in that particular time of year, but this one for me actually worked at that time of year. So I'll give it some gold.
There you go. Okay, where do we stand, Josh, on the gold versus coal of it all?
It's 4-4.
Oh, no.
Always a tiebreaker with you guys.
Well, actually, when we do it's like 3-3. So we have had some 3-3 ties. But when we have a guess, then it is 9. And sometimes we have to break the tie. So tonight, Jennifer has the unenviable task on the eve of her very important meeting with the Hallmark execs.
She's gonna have to go to bed after this and get her dry. I mean,
right? She's got to get her sleep, got to
I
get
need
in
to
the
do
right
like those. I need to
headspace.
do the eye masks and I need to drink a lot
go
of
to
water,
blowout before you
hydrate, and
go. Yeah,
set 5 alarms so I don't oversleep.
She's got to do
that's
her.
very Hallmark. That's very.
She's got to do her overnight kissery lip mask, just to make
Mm.
sure that she looks perfectly pouty.
Yeah, because I don't want to look dead when I show up. They'll be like, the deader
Right.
the better. It's you.
The deader the
You're
better.
a zombie. Yeah. Well, okay, here's the problem.
If you got to do it, just do it. Rip the Band-Aid.
But I do enjoy this movie is the problem. I've watched this movie multiple times just for jollies.
Mm-hmm.
But the parts that are bad are just bad to me. And okay, it's the integrity of the podcast. The rhythm of the final scene, I have to give it coal. As much as I poo-pooed it earlier, I have to give it coal. But it's coal with caveats because, like I just said, overall, I really do like this movie. It makes me happy to watch it. Like, it's a comfort movie for me. It is one I will rewatch, and I don't always say that. So, yeah, I'm sorry.
No. Again, the integrity of the podcast, right?
We have to uphold it.
So at the end of the day,
Unless this becomes the lost episode anyways.
Suddenly evaporates.
It's like a Taylor Swift album that just goes in the vault.
In fact, you can only get if you buy like a certain Hallmark ornament. Will be like you a secret download.
Exactly. And now maybe 10 or 15 years from now, we'll finally have the courage to release this secret episode.
Or if you're Darcy, you're still signing CDs at a release party in 2023.
There it is.
That opening
You
scene
never
got
know.
me. I was like, oh, we're still signing CDs. All right. Yeah.
Well, did you have any other notes? I know you took notes, Mary. Were there any other things that you wanted to say that we didn't cover?
I did think the opening scene with the CDs was kind of comical to me. And maybe that's what dated it in my mind a little bit, even though I knew that it wasn't. And she did have a topsy tail for some of it, and I thought that was odd. But
The topsy tail.
With her gray hair.
her gray hair was in a topsy tail, and I was like, come on. No, I think we've covered most of it. It was it was quirky, and some people might hate that and they want like these deep, drawn out movies. But I'm like you, Jennifer. I think when it's on, I'll watch it because there's just a lot of laughter and quirkiness and smiling, and that was great.
And sometimes those things that we roll our eyes at when we're doing the podcast are the very things that make it fun to watch again, because it's just like, okay, here we go, that kind of thing. So, well, at the end of the day, we had 5 pieces of coal, 4 pieces of gold. So we're going to call this one just a little bit flat. Hey, we would love to know what you think about this one. So drop us a comment below and let us know. Do you agree with us? Did we get it wrong? Did we get it right?
I just feel like I've ruined my shot of ever getting to be friends with Patty Murin, and that's the last thing I wanted.
No,
because I really enjoy
friends with her.
her.
I can't be friends with her, but you can now. Yeah.
Well, that's
You'll be
true. You came
yeah.
for the hair more than I did. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Everybody send your complaints to Mary at doyouwatchwhatIwatch.com.
Yeah. The makeshift employee for an hour. Yeah, I'll get them all for sure.
Yes. Yeah. We
Please
give
do.
all of our
Yeah.
guests their own personal email addresses.
Oh, God.
Your
Yay!
1099 will be in the mail. Yeah, yeah, from all
Exactly.
your
Yeah.
Oh,
royalties from this
good.
episode. Should it ever come to air? Yes. That, friends, is another episode of Do You Watch What I Watch? Hey, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. If you liked this episode, please make sure you subscribe to us and follow us and do all the social media things. Hey, if you're a podcast listener, if you could leave a 5-star rating and review, that really helps us get noticed more. And I don't know if you know this, there's an awful lot of podcasts out there. So any little bit helps, and we'd be so grateful as we embark in the busy Christmas season.
Exactly. Special thanks to Nick Schwartz for our amazing theme song, and to each and every one of you for taking the time to listen. Mary, thank you so much for joining us for this fun conversation. Will you come back again sometime?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to.
Love that. Awesome. Well,
Is there anything
next
you want to
time,
plug, Mary?
yes, we always like to let our folks plug. Anything you got going on?
I was
Yeah.
listening to the previous podcast a couple of times ago that Leslie Ann was on, and I am very good friends with Leslie Ann. We have been friends since the 80s, back when Tiffany was actually a real artist. And I also am involved in those um, charities that she's involved in. I'm on the board with the Ronald McDonald House, and she said some wonderful things about it, and I echo all of that. And also just like to add that all of the money raised for any local Ronald McDonald House stays local. So it does not go to big corporations or other cities. Actually, everything that happens here stays here. So I think it's very important when you go to McDonald's and you round up. Or any other thing that they do that get to stay here. I also go to Our Little Roses, so thank you for letting her plug that. And I also have a connection to Both Hands, where Mr. Andy works. And so I also, I'm sure you talked about it in the past, but that is a very special organization here in town. And we did a project about 8 years ago in honor of my dad with Both Hands. So if you don't know more about it, definitely look it up because it is very special happening here in this very town. But now they do service projects all over. So there's probably a project happening near you this weekend,
I
like
love
they
that.
say in the
Yes.
email.
And I don't know if we ever have really talked about it. I mean, Both Hands, my husband
Mm-mm.
works there, and it's a nonprofit where families who are looking to adopt can do a fundraiser. And it's kind of like if you ask to get sponsored for Jump Rope for Heart, and however many jumps you make, that's how much you get, whatever. So people will donate to the family who's trying to adopt or hoping to adopt. And then in turn, that family does a service project for a widow to help fix up things around their house, what big and small. And so it's helping the orphan and the widow, both hands come together, and everybody wins. And with Both Hands, however much money you raise for your project, the families keep 100% of it. It doesn't go to their like salaries or anything like that. That's all. Yeah, the overhead. It all stays with the family. And Andy and I did adopt, and we did a Both Hands project, and Mary was there,
I was
and it's
there.
all
I was
just full circle. Mary
That's
was
so cool.
invested in Both Hands before I even knew
I
her,
was.
and so it's all been a crazy confluence of wonderful
We're very
things. So
connected. Yeah.
yes,
I give
Again,
monthly
I
so
know.
that goes to the overhead costs for them because nobody works for free. So I
Yeah.
do that and then I volunteered at a few and it's wonderful. So I've known JT, who has started it, who left his corporate job. I think I've known him my entire life, probably. So
so cool.
yeah.
Very sweet.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank
And
you
And
we'll
for
when I'm
put
not
a
doing
link
mentioning
that,
to
all
all
that
those
stuff.
I'm
charities
singing
there.
Toilet the Jennifer when I'm not doing that.
Mary sells toilets. Mary, do we have a quick Josh, you have a quick second for a funny story?
Might as well go for it. Yeah.
You
Okay.
can cut it. You can cut it like everything else.
So
No, why would I? If it's funny, it
no, no,
stays.
no.
Yeah.
What Mary works I've never said what I do for a living, but basically Mary sells toilets and plumbing fixtures and home decor that I may or may not be involved in. And so she was kind enough, her company invited me to Las Vegas for the big kitchen and bath show last February. Mary, would you like to tell our listeners succinctly in the G-rated version of um the what I don't know a better way to what we did.
Yes. So I've gone out to the show a couple times. We're in Vegas, just to paint a little bit of a picture for you. And a couple years ago, we really wanted, on the last day, you've been walking a lot. We wanted to get a massage. And so we just Google great place to get a massage. We go to this place. We have a wonderful massage. It's me and another sales rep, and we love it. We went back again and did another one and added a facial. So when I was bringing Jennifer to Vegas, I was like, hey, I got this place. Would you like to come get a facial and a massage? And she was like, yeah. Like, if there's something about Jennifer, like, she's probably going to say yes. So she's like, yes. And I kind of left it at that. I didn't really go into detail about anything. Like, we were going to take an Uber out to a shopping center, that they were going to walk on your back, that it kind of looked like there wasn't like anti-government posters or anything up, but it, it was a little, it was a little sketchy, but
It could have gone multiple ways. No, she slowly started revealing more details the closer we got. Once
because
it was
people would
already
ask me,
booked and
like, are you
paid
going to that
for,
place again? And I was like, shh, yes.
and she was
leave
like,
it alone."
"Oh yeah, by the way, they'll hang on bamboo shoots on the ceiling and walk
Yeah.
on your back." And I was like, "Pardon
It was a
me."
Thai
And
massage.
so
Mhm.
we did it, and I will say it's the best massage I've ever had. So after I was like, "That was so fun." Then we walk across the strip mall parking lot to the cafe because we had time to eat before we
Mhm.
caught the Uber back to the airport to fly out.
The
And
Vegas airport has nothing
we're
to
so
eat.
relaxed, and the waitress comes and takes her order, and we're like, "Hey, have you ever been to this massage?" Like across the parking lot, this place. And she's like, "Oh, my aunt went there once, and she during the massage somebody stole things out of her purse."
Yeah, she said the
No.
therapist went through, like, stole things out of her purse, and I was like,
No.
We were like, "Oh, well,
"Eh."
good," because we had our whole suitcases with us
Yeah,
because we
we
were
brought our
flying out. Now,
all of our belongings.
could have had it all, but they didn't. I think that was probably the former management that did
It
that.
had to
Yeah.
have been. I'll go
They're under
back.
a new regime.
Under a new
I'm
regime.
It
gonna
is the
go
best
back.
massage I've ever had, and yes, they do walk on your back. It was wild.
It was 2
Yeah.
hours.
That's what you get when you hang out with Mary.
A new experience every time.
Mary's a good travel buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly, it really is, like, it's great. I was just in Vegas for a comedy show, and I was very upset I didn't go because they're not gonna do it in Vegas next year, and so I'm like, "Ooh," like, I love it so much.
Mhm.
We
Yes,
won't
thank
plug
you,
the
Jennifer.
business on
Thank
the
you for participating with
podcast.
that. Do it.
We won't plug that specific business on the podcast. But,
No.
Certainly
it
not
was a
with our
fun time.
pending deal with Hallmark Channel. I mean, we've got to be really careful about.
I think the
But you
gold
could probably
crown
do some
standard is
Christmas
not.
themed
Yes.
booth
Yes.
sticks or something like that and kinda maybe get a very niche
Put some
market.
garland up there.
Yeah, you
Please.
could have, like, it could be all kinds of things coming down, and they're like bamboo Hallmark sticks for your listeners in, Taiwan and Vietnam, and, I know you're
Yeah.
global.
We are regularly ranked in the Philippines. No joke. Like,
Really?
we're almost always every day I get a little alert with our rankings top 50 in the Philippines. So shout out to our listeners in the Philippines. You never
mean,
know.
that's amazing.
We're Mr.
You're
Worldwide
global.
of podcasts. Yeah, we're global. Yeah, that's us.
Well, drop
Us
a
and Pitbull.
comment if you guys think they need to do bamboo sticks with
Gosh. Okay. All right. I'll wrap it up finally. So next time, if you've made it this far in the podcast, we appreciate you. Next time we're going to be taking a detour from Christmas. So we were going to do 12 Pots of Christmas, but then this movie got announced. So technically we did 11 Christmas episodes, and this is one Halloween when we're sneaking in before the new episode. So we're going to gab about Haul Out the Halloween. It's brand new on Hallmark, and here's the plot summary. The new Halloween-obsessed neighbors inspire residents of Evergreen Lane to haul out their spookiest costumes and decor to become Everscream Lane. And P.S., the new townies are from the Disney movie Halloween Town back in the day. If you know, you know. It's the daughter from
Mhm.
Halloween Town.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember what her character's name is, but it's a whole crossover event. Okay, one thing is for sure, we will have much to discuss, but until then,
May your days be merry and bright. We will see you next time.
merry and bright.
Merry and bright.